ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
The search for the man wanted for firing on National City police officers just this morning is taking on extra urgency. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Lindsay Pena in for Kimberly Hunt. Late this afternoon, police revealed that Christopher Marquez also shot a bounty hunter last month. ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo is live with the details. Laura.
And today's shooting happened here at this Jack in the Box in the drive-thru as the suspect was trying to get away from police. I do have a picture that police have released that they want you to see if you know the whereabouts of this person. This is 36-year-old Christopher Marquez. Police say he was a passenger found in a stolen car here at the Jack in the Box in National City. This is off of Roosevelt. When officers surrounded the car, police say two others in the car cooperated, got out, and were detained. But according to National City Police, Marquez did not cooperate and took off running. Officers followed, and that is when they say he turned around and shot at them. The officers returned fire, and Marquez was last seen running across the freeway. Police say this is the same man also accused of shooting at two bounty hunters inside of a Chula Vista home back in mid-March. That shooting left a bounty hunter injured. Now, Marquez is considered to be armed and dangerous, and anyone with any information about his whereabouts is asked to call National City Police. Reporting live in National City, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Laura. And we're following some breaking news to our north. A brush fire burning tonight in the Angeles National Forest. The so-called Springs Fire has now burned more than 50 acres. Firefighters are working to prevent it from threatening structures. Those flames are being fanned by gusty winds right now.
It has now been almost 3 months since a Chula Vista woman vanished, and detectives say they have worked 24/7 on the case, but Maya Miliete is still missing. As our ABC 10 News anchor Vanessa Hefty shows us, the woman's family is making new claims about her disappearance.
Maya Miliete's sister and brother-in-law want answers from police.
3 months.
Too long.
Yeah.
Mary Chris and Richard Drolier are losing patience.
It's just very frustrating.
Or not even just an answer, but maybe a clue of where she could be or which direction she went. That would have been helpful to us. We're doing searches every weekend and we don't even know where to start.
According to family, the missing mother of three filed for divorce on January 7th, the last day she was seen. Her husband, Larry, telling 10 News the two had argued, and when he came home that evening, she was gone. Mary Chris says she gave Maya $10,000 to start the divorce process, saying her sister had an ominous feeling.
She did warn us, her divorce is going to get nasty.
Larry Miliete admits the two had a rocky marriage but maintains his innocence, pointing to accusations as false allegations and blatant lies. Chula Vista Police Lieutenant Dan Peak says leads are pouring in, including a murder-for-hire scenario he would not elaborate on, insisting this is not a cold case and that cases like this can hinge on the smallest bit of information that may lead to a break in the investigation. Mary Chris says she is sure her sister did not leave on her own.
So I'm still really, really hoping, I'm still putting out hope, but it is 3 months,
Every single weekend, without fail, family and community members have organized search parties for Maya. Many are complete strangers who know her only through flyers and billboards.
We are very thankful for that. We are very, very grateful for everyone.
Vanessa Van Hefty, ABC 10 News.
And Chula Vista detectives say they still get 1 to 2 leads a day.
Turning now to coronavirus, and this could be the week we move into the orange tier. The state has been working to vaccinate 4 million people in the hardest hit zip codes. Governor Newsom says once this is done, the state plans to loosen the tier requirements, which would move San Diego from the red tier into the orange. We should find out on Wednesday. San Diego County is moving up. Los Angeles and Orange counties are already in that orange tier.
And there is another new vaccination site available today, this one in Kearney Mesa. We visited today at Kaiser as they began doing vaccinations at its location on Convoy Court. Now they're starting with about 500 shots a day, but they hope to ramp up to 2,000 a day. You don't have to be a Kaiser member to go to this site, but you do need to make an appointment. And the vaccination superstation at the Del Mar Fairgrounds will close yet again later this week. A continuing supply shortfall is forcing that site to close on Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Patients with appointments on those days should be automatically rescheduled through the MyTurn online system.
The county reported 127 new cases today, while our test positivity rate was 2%. There were no new deaths reported today, which is typical for Monday, so that number stands at just under 5,600. UCSD is returning to in-person classes this fall. Today, the university announced it plans to return to normal classroom occupancy in accordance with state and county health guidelines. Student residence halls will also go back to original design capacity. The administration says they expect nearly everyone to be vaccinated before the end of August.
We will be open soon. That's the vow being made by the artistic director of the San Diego's Old Globe Theater. Although live performance, they have been shut down for more than a year, the state is now allowing them to resume with major restrictions. Under our current red tier, theater capacity is limited to 20%. Now that would go up to 33% in the orange tier.
So we're going to hew to all these rules, but they do restrict our flexibility somewhat. And we're trying to figure out how to make this venture possible given those restrictions.
Edelston tells the Union Tribune the 67% capacity in the yellow tier is the level at which the Old Globe can afford to produce a full show. You can stay on top of any new developments with coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
Breaking news, North Korea is reportedly dropping out of this summer's Tokyo Olympics. In a report released by state media, North Korea says it's pulling out to protect its athletes from coronavirus. The games are currently scheduled to take place from July 23rd to August 8th. San Diegans are joining the fight against restrictive new voting laws, such as the one recently passed in Georgia. As ABC 10 News reporter Adam Rakusin explains, they're calling for Congress to pass a sweeping national voting rights law.
Outside of San Diego's Federal Building, a small group of people using their voices to push back against new Republican-backed election laws and call on Congress to pass a new voting rights bill.
The For the People Act needs for the American people to be passed.
The For the People Act would make major changes to voting, campaign finance, and ethics.
It's been passed in the House of Representatives, and it's being currently or will soon be discussed at length in the Senate.
The protest comes just days after Georgia passed a sweeping new election law. Here's what's at issue. The Georgia law adds a photo ID requirement for voting absentee by mail, cuts the amount of time people have to request an absentee ballot, and limits where drop boxes can be placed and when they can be accessed. The new law also prevents people from passing out food or water to voters waiting in line. And it gives the state election board power to intervene in county election offices and to remove and replace local election officials. The law has set off a firestorm of lawsuits and received criticism from Democrats and some big businesses like Coca-Cola and Delta. Last week, Major League Baseball pulled the All-Star game from Atlanta. The move sparked its own set of political posturing from some Republicans, including Georgia's governor.
It means cancel culture and partisan activists are coming for your business.
On Monday, the governor of Texas tweeted that he was scheduled to throw out the first pitch at the Texas Rangers home opener. However, after Major League Baseball's decision on the All-Star game, he will not participate. Adam Rakusin, ABC 10 News.
Some local leaders are pushing to get this year's All-Star game moved to San Diego, but many baseball pundits say Milwaukee is a more likely choice. The city was home to Hank Aaron, who recently passed away.
6 people are in custody after a failed attempt to swim around the wall between the U.S. and Mexico. A border agent saw 4 men in torn wetsuits with no equipment. They were walking along the beach in IB yesterday. They ran off when the agent approached. Hours of agents later captured them and 2 other men in an SUV accused of trying to transport them further into the U.S. And more unaccompanied migrant children are being housed at the San Diego Convention Center. Our ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano explains how space is becoming limited as the shelter nears maximum capacity.
Monday, a Department of Health and Human Services official confirmed that 176 new children arrived at the San Diego Convention Center on Easter. They are the younger siblings of the girls who arrived earlier, including some boys between ages 5 and 12. HHS says siblings are kept together and are separated from the general population. This brings the total number of minors at the convention center to 1,353. HHS expects to reach the maximum capacity of 1,450 by this week, and they say they have no plans to go above capacity. According to HHS and Homeland Security, as of April 4th, there are a total of 14,287 unaccompanied children in HHS care in the United States. Most of the children are from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. They're seeking asylum in the United States. According to an HHS official, there have been 1,683 COVID tests performed as of Sunday. The 137 children with positive test results have been separated into another wing of the convention center. HHS says caseworkers are on site handling the logistics of placement after their time in the shelter. At this point, none of the children has been reunited with their family or their American sponsors. Officials estimate each child will spend around 30 days at the facility. As children transition out, HHS expects more children will arrive until the facility shuts down in July. I'm Rena Nakano, ABC 10 News.
And city staff says the site will be used as a temporary shelter for 90 days until regularly scheduled activities resume at the convention center.